Hey, my name is 𝗀𝗲𝗄'𝗍 and I help female coaches and lightworkers become full-time and thriving using spiritually infused mindset, marketing, and sales strategy. On today's episode, I'm gonna go over the 3 ways to sell without selling. The way that I coach my clients, it's all about soulful sales. So heart-centered sales, none of this like buy from me or needy energy. So by watching today's episode, it's going to be really important for you to understand what kind of systems you need to have in place to create this organic flow of dream clients coming to you in your business. Now, this doesn't mean that there's 0 action required, but what it means is that you're going to have those foundations set up in your business so that you don't have to worry about coming off the way that you don't want to when it comes to sales in your coaching business. Before I dive right into today's content, make sure you hit subscribe below so you never miss a beat, because every Thursday I post free mini trainings for you to become a soul-aligned 6-figure coach. Did you do it? All right, let's go. Let's dive right in. So the first thing that you need to know to sell without selling is to niche down as far as possible. Now, of course, last week's episode was all about unlocking your niche. So if you haven't watched that yet, go check that out. But the reason that you need to niche down as far as possible when it comes to selling without selling is because you need to have a very specific kind of person in mind when it comes to your marketing and messaging. So think about your marketing and messaging, about your content, right? The way that you show up, the kind of messages that you're sharing with your audience. If you don't know exactly who you're talking to, how are you supposed to create content that will land on that person, right? If you're super general and you don't have a niche, then your messaging could just be like what any other coach or inspirational leader talks about, right? Like think about any of those just like general inspirational quotes that you see, like live, laugh, love, or like be yourself, right? Your messaging will just be so general. And it's not going to help drive people to convert to an actual paying client. They might feel super inspired by you and like, wow, I love that girl, but they're not going to feel like, oh, I need that person to coach me. The second thing that you need to know is once you've niched down, you want to make your audience feel seen, heard, and understood. This is so important because with heart-centered sales, you are selling from your heart and not your head. And people buy from their hearts and not their head. How do you trigger this heart response in someone? Is by making them feel seen, heard, and understood. So you have to think about creating content that once you know exactly who that person is, that will trigger this emotional connection to you, right? They want to feel like they know these parts of you and they know how you work as a coach, and they will feel what is going to happen to them once they work with you, right? Like, how are they going to feel? Not what are they going to get, but how are they going to feel after working with you? Are they going to feel more embodied, more confident, more inspired, healthier, more vibrant, energized, right? So start to play around as you're watching this as a coach, right? Like, how are you actually making people feel? That's how you sell without selling. So the third part of this is that you want to make your ideal dream client know, like, and trust you just for you being yourself. Now, there's definitely a masculine strategy to building know, like, and trust, right? So this is something we dive super deep inside of UCB, but it's really about, for know, sharing parts of who you are, your methodology, how you operate as a coach. For like, it's really about educating them, taking a stance on an opinion. It's also about just being likable with your lifestyle and the way that you're currently living as a coach. And then for trust, it's really about showing them that you can get results by sharing your own results, client testimonials, personal stories, things like that. So these 3 dynamic ways are going to be how you sell without selling, because it's initially creating your marketing platform. It's creating how you show up in the world as a leader and as an authentic coach. And as you do that, that's where you actually start to talk about your offer, call in those people, and then convert them through the sales process. And obviously there's like a million other subtopics that we could dive into about this, but for now, we'll just leave it at that. But I hope that you're really walking away having this clear foundation on what it takes to create a soul-aligned six-figure coaching business. And in case you want to get in on my current round of UCB so that you can be on this path and quantum leap, UCB is still currently open for enrollment. This is my 8-week mentorship program for new female coaches and lightworkers to learn the blueprint of a successful coaching business. So we talk about setting the spiritual foundation, learning the mindset that you need to have to be an entrepreneur. You learn how to unlock your niche. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Create an offer, package that into something to sell. You're going to authentically market yourself on social media and learn how to soulfully sell. If you're interested in joining this next cohort, go to reginaosilva.com or click the link below and you'll be able to receive more information and join the waitlist. That's it for this week's episode. Until next week, happy living.